Hello and welcome back to our Pokemon Soulstones 2 playthrough. Today we're going to be going ahead and moving on with the main story a little bit. Last time we got some side quests out of the way in the Indies jungles. We found ourselves a little bit of a roadblock by a guy saying that we weren't allowed in, but we did find what I assume to be a little bit of a side entrance by surfing around the side. So hopefully we can go ahead and progress with our main story a little bit today after moving through this little cave. Which seems like we're going to stray into the main story right away before we do anything, because the main story continues in the cave. Nice. Hold on, thinking. This is Shrek, okay. What are you doing in me swamp? That was terrible, because I have not watched Shrek in so many years, probably like 15 years or something. It's been an incredibly long time. I'm sorry. You told us to come here, you lunatic. Stop yelling. You're making... Lesbot cry, yeah, I know. Now, what the hell are you wasting our time in here for, Caitlin? Lesbot cry. My joke. It was right there. Am I that predictable? Do I have to change my lines? Or better yet, my delivery? Caitlin, no monologuing? Alright. Have the tension, bruv. I got this under control. Okay, so here's the deal. The lowest level of this place is the closest I think we can get to the local intersection of ley lines to illustrate maximum effectiveness. Caitlin, I feel the need to ask, is this safe? This isn't safe. This is not going to be safe. Nothing she does is ever safe. It's stupid, and we're not going to even entertain the idea of safety. Did you bring some escape ropes? No, don't be stupid. Wait, actually, yes, but are we going to need them? Oh, okay, no, wait, she's telling... I thought Caitlin brought escape ropes. I was gonna say, there's no way Caitlin would bring escape ropes, but Kara bring them? Okay, that I could see. Well, yes, that's why I told you to bring them. I'm surprised that Caitlin is the one asking the reminder of bringing escape ropes, though. I did not expect her to have the foresight and planning, to be honest. Which is why I mixed that up. Do you want to be buried alive in this cave? That is an oddly frightening statement coming from her. Caitlin, what are you planning to do to this cave exactly? I'm going to trigger a leyline quake to illustrate to you what Angelo's been doing. It's just a facade of his usage of the sigils, but making it seem like he's been able to harness the power of the sigils when he's just been bluffing all along. Caitlin, we are not triggering a cave-in. Can you not illustrate your point without causing cave-in? I mean, maybe. I gotta test it out to see. It's best to have some escape ropes in here just in case we end up burying ourselves alive. Yay! You seem very unfazed by the premise of literally digging your own tomb. Figuratively. What? Figuratively digging my own tomb. I'm not literally digging my own tomb. I'm figuratively digging my own tomb. Great, glad we cleared that up. While I applaud your clever use of puns, I do not condone the gradual erosion of vocabulary and felt the need to correct your incorrect use of the term literally. Caitlin gets the point. I understand that. That is the point. Grammar is important. Are you one of those people that just use there, or there interchangeably? Or mix up your and your with the apostrophe? Oh god, I just threw up a little in my mouth. As if I didn't like you that much to begin with. You also don't use grammar properly. Gross. Caitlin, focus. We're working against the clock here. Fine, meet me on the lowest level of the caverns. Alice, here are some escape ropes for you. Oh, thank you. Oh, I appreciate it. That's nice. Alright, let's go. New task added. I haven't actually checked the quest list in a while. Also, our encounter list. That all seems like Pokemon we've pretty much seen before. Curlier and Spritzy maybe are a bit newer. Marini as well as a Slowpoke. Absolutely crazy looking Graveler thing. We already have ourselves our Duosians. There's nothing crazy there. I don't think there's too many Pokemon here that we're too interested in. There's more Pokemon on the previous route that I'm interested in. You there, I'm conducting an experiment and I require a field assistant. Have you seen the mossy rocks that are found throughout this place? They are a natural curiosity and I must learn more about them for, reasons. Science. What are you doing with the mossy rocks? Do you just really want a Leafeon in like a really creepy way? Or what are you talking about? Yes, that'll do. Can you help me collect some samples of the mossy rocks? Are you just gonna like lick the rocks? What? I'm so confused. Excellent, a willing victim. I don't like that choice of words. I mean, the field assistant. Righto, so here's the deal. I've counted 10 different mossy rocks in this place. They grow where the moss collects naturally. I want you to take this equipment and sample each of the rocks. You're gonna eat it, aren't you? I should warn you that some Pokemon naturally congregate near the rock. You might find some resistance as you attempt to collect your sample. Nonetheless, I require 10. Okay. 10 mossy rocks. Sure. I'm going to slap on a repel so we can get through this area reasonably quickly, just because we do have ourselves a good amount to go through if there's going to be 10 little rocks to find. Please tell me I have repels. I'm in medicine. That is not a good point to look for a repel. Okay. And I want to have a speed up on. We get a relic silver. Oh, we're getting money in here, huh? Okay. Money is important because at some point I do want to go back to the Orion Pokemon Center and work on some of my team members' IVs. I would like to boost some IVs here and there. I think that would be good. Haven't done that yet, though. Level 36 on the Arrokuda, so we are a little bit below the level again. That's fine. I'm kind of okay with that. We're going to get annihilated by a bug-type move, but maybe Proton Crash just OHKOs. It did not OHKO. That is very sad. Leech Life OHKO'd. That was tragic. I really thought we'd have a good chance of one-shotting. Unfortunate. Yeah, like I said, Bug is a bit of a problem for our team. A good Fire type would be really nice. I would genuinely like... Oh, right, we don't resist Bug in this game. I did forget about that. That is a problem. Wow, we are actually going to get absolutely screwed over by a Sableye right here, huh? It's probably healing back to full, regardless of what I do right now, so I guess I'm just going for a Toxic Spikes for whatever comes in next. Although, I guess this is my one that can utilize this alongside my, Squire, because that has Pudge and this has Venoshock. So this has been really bad. I guess I'm going to Comet for a big, strong Rock-type move, and hopefully it will go for a Water-type move or get KO'd, rather than going for another Leech Life. It just goes for another Leech Life. It does not care. It just wants to heal. It just wants to absorb my life force. Okay. That Sableye actually was a little bit of a problem. Yeah, a Fire-type would go a long way. I would like a Fire and Sound type Pokemon. I feel like that would be a good mixture of typings that are very useful, that would help me a lot to deal with bugs. And also, it would be useful for our team. I feel like that would be the best. Is this either of these mossy rocks? This is a mining rock. This is also not a mossy rock. This is a rock smash rock. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to be skipping past any of them. But yeah, it has been a couple of days since I uploaded because I have spent the past couple of days going ahead and finishing Expedition 33, which I have to say, I'm obviously not going to be spoiling, right? Let's make that clear from the get-go. No spoilers here, but that genuinely is one of the most beautiful and most amazing games that I have played in my entire life. What an absolute pleasure to play. I genuinely am having to like rethink my top games of all time. It's like in my top 5 games. So if anyone hasn't played that yet, I highly recommend playing it. I can't emphasize enough that that game's storytelling is just incredible, and it also held up the whole way through. And so many games don't do that nowadays. So many games are like solid at the start, or you have to get through a grueling part at the beginning with like a horrible tutorial to get to the good part at the end. That game was just an absolute pleasure the whole time. Truly one of the greatest games I've ever played in my life. So I did in fact spend just 2 days finishing it after starting it. So I do apologize for the lack of videos, especially when I'm, you know, gonna be probably taking like a week off just to play Elden Ring Night Rain straight soon. This is a mossy rock. Okay. With that coming up, yeah, I am definitely gonna be taking some time to play Night Rain as well, but holy, what an absolutely amazing game. And I needed some time to recover from that story, honestly, because, man, emotions. Do I want to catch an Eldegoss? The problem with any grass type I see is my first thought is going to be, well, this isn't Delcatty. Why would I want this? Why would I want... I guess I could run this because I have grassy terrain as a potential idea with my Delcatty. So we'll go for a Proton Crash, which shouldn't KO it. I don't really mind if Walsey gets KO'd. I'm kind of just leaving it to its fate of getting bopped over and over again, which is really mean, but it's what I'm doing. And we'll just throw Super Ball. Nice. Okay, we get ourselves one court. That means all of the future ones, I'll probably just edit out me running or KOing them, just because I don't think we need to show that 10 times. If it's a different Pokemon, I'll show it, though. You're Glob. You are Glob, because the first thing I thought was Globe, and then I tried to make it into a name, and Glob came out. So congrats, you are Glob. Dark Grass typing, met in the Indies Caverns. Very good special defense. Very, very good special defense. Cotton Down can be useful. Whale. Physical sound moves, deals double damage if its stats have been lowered this turn. Okay. Evil Fawn, super effective on Fairy. Actually pretty good. Drops speed with Stranding Roots, and Vitality Drain, which is big, fat Giga Drain, but Dark type. Pretty good moves. Pretty good moves. Again, not a Pokemon that I think I'm going to be using until we maybe start playing around with the idea of running a full grassy terrain team, which I'm not doing right now, but when we start playing with that idea, that's when I'll be more interested in checking out, like, the grass types we have in our box. At the moment, I'm kind of liking the teams that we have. You are part poison. Let's pretend for a moment that we're not going to just get absolutely annihilated by a bug type move, which is going to happen. But I would love for Duet to get some XP with this nice Psyshock, which will surely KO in one hit, and surely will outspeed. Swords Dance. That's scary. Do that again, please, though. Do that again, please. Vendetta. That was rude. I was really hoping you would just, like, do that again. The good news is we should outspeed with Comet, and Comet should be able to KO with a Diamond Storm, hopefully, judging by the damage that Psyshock did. Okay, good. That's something, at least. That gets rid of a big scary threat, because, like I said, we're in the Bug-type area. They're using a lot of Bug-types on these Pokemon, and we... Okay, well, that's getting annihilated. Good old hyper-effective damage. And we are a little bit afraid of bugs, just in general. You're gonna go for a Grass-type move on me, and that's okay. I'm just gonna weaken you a little bit. That's actually really unfortunate. We still have speed, though, even paralyzed, which is always crazy. We also have some very thick defense, so that Dragon Claw is not hitting particularly hard at all. Starmie is still holding up very, very strong, which makes me very happy, because I do like when my shinies are still relevant even later. This is not a Mossy Rock. That is not a Mossy Rock, okay? That is fine. I see Goody on the right, so that trainer can wait, because Goody is always the priority. Fairy Poison makes sense for a Spritzy, because, you know, it's like the Plague Doctor, which... Poison doesn't really make sense for a Plague Doctor, now that I say it out loud. They kind of cure the poison, but still, it fits with their theme a little bit. You know, it's still intertwined with their idea. I'm glad we saw Quad Dark-type right before the Duosion came out. I'm so sorry, Duosion. This does not make me feel confident with my own Duosion, as it just is one-shot. And Golbat being Sound-typing. I barely remember Sound-typing's effectiveness at this point. Okay, we're neutral to Sound. That's fine. There's a lot of typings that I haven't seen the interaction with since before I took the brief break, and those typings Oof. Those typings I'm gonna need to have a refresher on, just because it's been a while. Gongoozler, you need a level. Come in here and finish this guy off for me real quick. Get your level real quick. Yeah, I am letting my Pokemon get KO'd all over the place. Eldegoss? Edelgoss? No, Sheenotic. Which we don't have. I'm gonna Parting Shot and go to Bobsquire, which can hopefully take what I would expect to be a Grass or a Ghost move. A Grass move might KO us, and then I won't be able to Nuzzle, which would be a problem. This is maybe a dumb swap in, but we'll see. We could always just catch another one down the line if we do get KO'd. Sludge Bomb does KO us. Okay, we'll just KO this one. We'll grab a different one down the line. Let's just go for a good old Corrode. I should have went for Phobia, really. That would have made way more sense. That would have done a lot more damage. Let's go for Phobia for super effective damage. Should have done that initially, because then that would have KO'd after 2 hits. Alright, Sheenotic goes down. Nice and easy. We get ourselves a second sample. I'm sure that there's going to be, like, 5 of each, probably. 11% bones. There's probably gonna be 5 of each, so we'll just catch one of the other ones as we go through. I'm hoping to pick on trainers that have been weakened already by coming through this area. You can move along though, forget being weakened or not. You don't look nearly tough enough anyway for me to waste my time with you. This is so rude that this keeps happening. I'm really regretting my nice tendencies that I've stuck with through the game. There's been the occasional one that I've messed up, and I hope that doesn't, like, lock me out of anything, like, at the end. I'm hoping that there is a point to being a good person in this game, and it's not just like, hey, you've been really stupid, and you didn't choose the fun option for the entire game. Rip Bozo. I really hope that that's not what they're doing, and I hope that there is some reward for being good. If there's not, I might cry. I might feel like I've missed out on a lot of stuff, but it's fine. It's fine. Morgrim actually outspeeds me. I did not expect that. That may be a priority move, actually, now that I think about it. It did have Rush in the name, so it could be like a very quick attack. That also drops his defense, but still. You should get annihilated by Signal Beam. Having Signal Beam is so much nicer than running Purge. I am so happy that we've taken Purge off the moveset. Although I love the Purge gimmick, I do think that we need it on physical attackers. Unless there's a version that we can find that is a special version. Mystic Water. You holding an Eviolite? You are holding an Eviolite. Well, that's obviously better than a Mystic. Although we could also put the Eviolite on Wellesley or something. Just temporarily. While we try and get Wellesley to a point where it's gonna actually get its, evolution going. Ugh, I hate spiders. Same. Well, maybe if you wouldn't have to contend with spiders if you weren't in a humid tropical cave. You think I know that? My creator always has a sadistic sense of humor, placing my terminals in this hard place all for your amusement. Yeah. I want to get healed. That's what I want. Thank you. I'm going with the heal. I've read enough Breloom things for now. Let's go ahead and grab this. 1x special defense. Now let's get into the next battle. Now that we're all healed up, maybe we can get some things going with some other Pokemon and get some XP split around on our team a little bit. We may as well Dragon Claw. Toxic Thread is rude. Also drops the speed. Toxic Thread could be an interesting move to put onto... Not that I think it can learn it, but if the Gongoozler could learn it, that could be an interesting move instead of, like, Corrode. Emphasis on could be, because, I don't think it can learn it once again, but interesting for sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to Comet, because Bug Dark, we should be fine. We can go for our good old trusty little Diamond Storm, except can't, because Pop, which is rude, and it means that I have to Diamond Storm this instead. But still, Starmie's just kind of cleaning up the bug area, which is to be expected as a rock type. We could go into our PC. Do we want Cosmic Power? No, because we kind of get defense and special defense boosts by Diamond Storm and Glisten, and those are more beneficial to us. So yeah, we're gonna keep with Glisten and Diamond Storm. I like that combo more, honestly. There's the special attack increase in there as well. Although we haven't been using Glisten too much, maybe we should. We could go into our PC and we could just slap a well, at the terminal anyway, we could just slap a fire type onto our team, but it wouldn't be very leveled right now, so I don't think it's really worth it. 3 quick balls, nice. If this is a Shiinotic, I might quick ball it. I'll throw a quick ball. I'll do it. Okay. We'll see if we can get one under our belt nice and easily. Nope. Alright, we'll just knock you out instead. Hello? A Golite. Mega Golurk? Mega Golurk? Oh, okay. Okay. Does he become the little rocket boosting mad lad and turn into a spaceship like you has always dreamed? Is that what happens? Have Golurk hold it and it will be able to Mega Evolve. Although it could be retyped. It could be retyped. It could be very different to what I'm expecting and imagining in my mind. It's probably the case. Very interesting, though. Very interesting. I am very interested in seeing Mega Golurk. I know we have Mega Beartic as well. So that's also a little bit interesting. I'm curious as to Mega Beartic. which was normal typing, I believe. I think I'm remembering that correctly. I think it was normal type Cubchoo that we saw somewhere, and then we also found a Beartic. I could check this, I guess, if I really was that curious. Yeah, Bearticite. Have we found any others? We have the Amphorosite. But Ampharos normally gets a Mega, but I assume it's type changed. Beedrillite, Gengarite, Golite. Okay, so the ones that are new, that interest me the most, and aren't just retypes, are Bearticite and Golite. Don't get me wrong. Gengarite, Beedrillite, oh, and Avalugite, which was rock. Yeah. Avalugite's also very interesting. Amphorosite, Beedrillite, Gengarite, they could be very good. They could be very cool. Beedrillite specifically. Wait, was there a Mossy Rock there? There was a Mossy Rock there. I nearly missed that. Alright, a quick KO on you. Beedrillite could be very, very good because the typing of the Beedrill was Bug Steel, which is obviously an absolutely incredible typing to have. So that is something to consider. Is this a Mossy Rock that's relevant? No, that one's too small, I guess. This might guess another level into Gongoozler. Does. No new moves on either of them, though. Unfortunate. You battle, I assume? You sure do. I'm annoyed that the Little Rock doesn't count. I think the Little Rock should be valid, too. What's wrong with the little guy? This is not a healthy Pokemon to have out right now. We'll just go for our Baby Crunch, I guess. Yep, pretty pathetic damage. Sorry, Luxxra, you are essentially just being brought out to get one shot real quick. I'm so sorry. Wellesley with a Fake Out and a Purge might be enough to KO from here, though, so I'm going to go for it because I want XP onto this Corvisquire as much as possible. Obvious reasons. We're getting closer and closer to this evolution. Marini, we can Nuzzle and then Purge, I guess. May as well go for the Paralysis. No reason not to. The Fully Paralyzed. Very nice. Purge boosted. KOs. You love to see it. Level 37. We inch closer. I'm also just going to Nuzzle again. Iron Barb's going to take effect. That's fine. No Fully Paralyzed. Pin Missile. Stop. That's rude. I didn't think it would have Pin Missile. I don't know why I didn't think that, but I didn't. I didn't think it would have Pin Missile. But it's fine. I guess we can't Venoshock. I was about to Venoshock. Like, it's boosted, but it's not. Yeah, my bad on that. Oh! Even though it fainted the level 37 evolution. So it is a different evolution level, because normally it would be 38. I did look after I said 34 last time as my mistake. It's 38 normally, but 37 in this game for our beautiful, beautiful Corviknights. That adds a lot of power to our team. That makes our gimmick stronger as well, which makes me incredibly happy inside. Corviknight was seen as a harbinger of thunderstorms and chaotic weather systems. I was so ready to say harbinger of destruction. My mouth was just going to that immediately. We'll take a quick look at you. I'm so sorry that you evolved while just unconscious on the ground. It's a little bit messed up of me. Solid attack, solid speed, obviously. Black light is still the same ability. Makes sense. Okay, so just, you know, that increase, basically, which is expected. We did Surf down here, and I'm a little bit curious what I may have missed up here. Another rock. We'll get our Corviknight out here just to nuzzle this thing. I know that it's probably a bad idea, because we're probably going to get KO'd. We can also go for a Proton Crash, I guess, to weaken it a little bit. I am fully letting this Corviknight go down to a Sludge Bomb. That's fine. I've kind of accepted that my Dark types are just here to get bopped over and over again while we're in the Bug type area. I'm not treating them very nicely, I will admit. And we'll throw a Super Ball to get ourselves a Shiinotic under our belt and have a quick look at it. Super Balls are very good. Super Balls seem to work very, very well. Ghost and Grass, and let's give you a nickname. You are going to be, you are Puff. You are Puff. Just Puff. And you have... what kind of ability? Curious Medicine clears allies' stat changes upon entry. That's only relevant in double battles, really. Good special attack, good special defense. Special defense would be higher if it had a positive nature there, but it has a pretty trash nature, actually. Calm would be better than Naughty. Giga Drain, Vexing Vines, which is a trapping move, Sludge Bomb. Pretty generic kind of grass-type moveset overall. Nothing too crazy. Probably not a Pokemon that I would have too much interest in using. Just because there was someone that was after mushrooms as a collector. There are other grass types that I would like to use more, for sure. This way, Oh, goodbye, repel. Has another small mossy rock. Is this also optional stuff? Ultra potion for 180 HP. Okay, nice. Another mossy rock that I nearly ran straight past. They really do blend in. I should really take... I need to take Luxxra out of the front. We're gonna put Duosion in front, as it is the only Pokemon we still need to like chuck XP into to evolve. Oh, story. Okay, I've definitely missed some stuff in the southern part down there, but for now, let's see. Is it really necessary for us to be down here? Like, if Caitlin says that these instruments are what's causing the quakes, and Angelo is using it alongside his sigils to intimidate people, isn't that enough? I thought you might ask that, my dear Arthur. It's Artie, thanks. Only my mother calls me Arthur, and only when she's angry with me. In any case, your initial problem was, oh, well, Angelo has 2 sigils. What are we gonna do about that? Correct? Yeah. Well, admittedly, this is a bit of a long shot, but you can say I'm setting somewhat of a trap for Angelo. Should he attempt to trigger those leyline quakes again, particularly near the Temple of Time, where the Cult of Time currently resides, trap will spring. Aylin, enough of the mystery. What are you up to? Yeah, but actually, I'm not entirely sure myself. That I believe. That I fully believe. That's the most truthful statement that she has said in a while. But that's the scientific method after all. You have a hypothesis, and you need to set up an experiment to test the aforementioned hypothesis. Caitlin, how certain are you about the success of this hypothesis? This is no joking matter. If we confront the priestess and we meet with Angelo, he's going to attempt to use those sigils on us. So what? Remember what I said? He's been bluffing the entire time. I'm certain of that much. I'm predicting that Angelo will attempt to use these sigils to terrorize the cult into obedience, but in actuality, just using the leyline quakes to make people think it's his mastery of the sigils. And when he does that, I expect the trap to be sprung. What is this trap exactly? I'm setting up some, let's call them, we're just using explosives. Okay, alright. It's a TNT trap. Minecraft, you know, there's a pressure plate, you know, we're fine. Near the ley line. This is the closest we can get to them without getting a mine operation all stood up, and we don't have the time to get the Epoch Corporation to build one of those, obviously. Okay. I expect that if he triggers a leyline quake, it will cause the explosives to go off, resulting in a sinkhole to form. One under his feet, in particular. Hold up. Where exactly is the sinkhole going to form? How big is this sinkhole? Don't worry. Don't worry about that. It's fine. We're sinkholes. We love sinkholes out here. Remember what I said to bring those escape ropes? Caitlin? Okay, so maybe I don't know exactly where the sinkhole will form. Oh, Arceus in heaven. Caitlin, this has got to be one of the dumbest, most reckless ideas I've ever heard anyone come up with. It's okay, she'll have another one, like, 2 minutes from now. Do you have a better one? Surely there must be a better way. Caitlin, is there any way for you to pinpoint where the sinkhole will form? Or at least narrow down the area around where it could form exactly? Probably right where we're standing. I've been taking some measurements, and I've been going through the place, and it's why I've concluded here is the place to drop the most amount of leyline charges. Okay, hold on. I have another question. These are explosives we're talking about. Didn't they blow things up, right? Yes, that is the definition, yes. What does this do to the ley line itself? Will this explosion cause any lasting damage to the ley line? Probably. It shouldn't. I don't believe that. But I can run some preliminary tests if you allow me the opportunity. Okay, fine, do it. Oh, time to blow stuff up. Like I said, here specifically is where it's gonna get blown up, isn't it? Is something supposed to be happening? Wait for it. I'm ready for 5 big booms. Ah, I don't want to die. That was like 3 big booms. Eureka! It worked. What worked? What worked? I see no changes. I don't know if I was expecting like a hole, like a black hole in the wall down there, but I don't see anything. That was it working? Stop yelling. Ley lines are somewhat exposed with that test now. Loud noises could cause another quake, like you yelling. I have my doubts. That was very unsettling. Okay, the trap has been set. We need to go into the temple now and speak with the cult priestess. And ideally, get there before Angelo does. You still have some escape ropes? You may want to use one now. Okay. I don't want to escape just now, because there is still some goodies that we need to find. I will start maybe missing the occasional trainer. I do think we've been battling pretty much every trainer as we've been going through. I feel like I need to stop doing that. I feel like that's bogging down too much of our time, and this game's already an incredibly long experience. I'm also out of repels, which is unfortunate. Let's go get the rest of the rocks for now. Bergmite does have the Avalugg tied to it. I'm actually going to hit this with a quick spell. It does live. Okay. I am going to catch this. I am going to catch this. I don't think I already caught a Bergmite or an Avalugg. I don't think I did. So we will grab this. We will grab this. I'm giving you a more simple name. Your name's just going to be Rust, okay? I want you to have a nice, simple name, because you might join the team. Lonely Nature could be good. Prevents lowering of defense and special defense. Somewhat relevant if it has some recovery, I guess. Stellar Rock Bulldoze, Stealth Rock Crunch. I'm interested to see the Avalugg and the Mega Avalugg tied to that, more so than anything to do with Bergmite, though. We'll hold on to that. That could be very useful as we go forwards. Alright, so South, I imagine, is going to have some extra stuff. Okay, we have a Rocky Helmet. That would also be good on an Avalugg. The Megastone, obviously, more important, but we do have another rock down here. Do you battle me? I feel like you're going to battle me, but I have to test just in case you're someone else. Greetings. I am a move tutor. Okay, I'm glad I spoke to you. I can teach your Pokemon a special move called Wail. It's a 75 base power physical sound move. It will deal double damage if these stats have been lowered in the same turn. So it's really beneficial for slower Pokemon. I assume that doesn't take into account, like, being intimidated on the same turn. If it does, that could be pretty useful. I can teach it to your Pokemon for free orange shards if you like. I do like that. Okay, we can always use the app to get that. Nice. And back up the ladder, I'm assuming there is some rocks back up this way that I have missed. Probably in surfing spots. Oh, I also went straight past this one. Classic. Left at the start of it. Okay, I didn't take the left path at the very beginning. I ended up going right first, which is very unlike me. Normally, I'm a hug the left wall kind of guy. But I guess I was feeling particularly adventurous today, and I didn't go left at the start. So I imagine the last rocks that we have are probably just over here. That was the last of the rocks. Okay, well, there's just that one. There might be something else up here. No, okay, it was just that one rock. Okay, maybe I took, like, a brief look up there and I didn't click on the rock. I could believe it. Either way, it was close to the entrance, so we're, like, right back here. 10 mossy rock samples. Just for you, buddy. Yes, this will do wonderfully for my, experiments. Yeah, that's right. Oh, and as for you, take this as payment. Meteor Drive. That sounds fun. Rushes on a meteor and strikes the foe. Builds up more power and plus speed. So like rollout but with a speed increase each turn? Sounds kind of nuts. Could also be like quick attack with speed increase each turn. Blast powders. Some green shards. A max revive. Okay. And 5k. Nice. You need not worry for what I need the samples for. Rest assured they're in the pursuit of science. I don't trust you. Oh, the array of concoctions I shall create with these samples. Okay, he's just clinically insane. That's fine. That happens. All good. Either way, that is the cave, nice and done. I think that's where we will wrap things up for today, conveniently in the same spot that we started. Next time, we will head to the Cult of Time and see, the sinkhole that's going to be created, which will be fun. So if you guys have enjoyed this episode, leave a like down below, hit the subscribe button, and without further ado,